So that's what everyone was talking about. The Oklahoma City Thunder, the offseason darlings of the NBA, looked the part in their opener at the Ford Center. But it was only one game, and their opponent was the worst team in the NBA, right? From the Opubco Studios in Oklahoma City, I'm Jenny Carlson, and you're watching The Press Row. Joining me to discuss the new and seemingly improved Thunder are my fellow columnists, John Rohde and Barry Trammell. Barry, what should we make of opening night?
Well, it's what John wrote about today in the paper, which is they played a cruddy team last year on opening night and stunk. We're never in the game. This year, the opponent was never in the game. So, to me, huge improvement over a year ago. This is not a team that's going to win 45, 50 games and go to the playoffs. But it is a team that looks to me like it has made drastic improvement. Russell Westbrook's getting better and better as a point guard. Jeff Green is just a silent assassin. And Kevin Durant is a load, as everybody knows. I think they're much improved.
Oh, I do too. Same characters, but they're different approach, Jenny, and they seem to be smarter. They take care of the ball. I saw Russell Westbrook, Durant was wide open on the wing. He wanted the ball, and Durant kind of said, go back door, and he hit him. So they seem smarter and taking care of the ball, and those are two things that Scott Brooks was really stressing during the offseason.
I like the improved shooting ability, too, of Thabo Sefolosha. That changes the offense, I think, because it's not a 4-on-5 situation because he can't hit anything. I thought that was big last night, too. What about Russell Westbrook, though, guys? I think had everybody buzzing. 13 assists, was only, 3 rebounds short of a triple-double, 2 turnovers only. Is this the new and improved Russell Westbrook, John?
Well, we saw a bit of it, I thought, in the preseason. Just by looking at his stats, I think the opener, Barry, had 10 assists and only 4 shots taken from the field. So you know where his mindset has been at, and he's carrying it into the regular season. This is a different Russell Westbrook. It seems to me a far more at ease Russell Westbrook.
Well, it is, and Scott Brooks after the game said something very interesting. He said, Russell Westbrook is going to be a point guard who improves for the next 10 years. So look at what he did from last season to last night. That improvement, if he continues that kind of improvement, we're talking about a very special player. One word of warning, though. I don't want Russell Westbrook to put a bunch of shots in his pocket. I mean, I like him as a scorer. Don't be afraid to score, Russell. Shoot the ball.
He's got that top of the key area where he's almost automatic. You're like, that's going in. Looked like it last night.
The one thing he didn't do much of was penetrate and go to the hoop himself. Yeah. And that's what he's best at, really. I don't want to see him lose that from his arsenal.
Okay, what about Kevin Durant, guys? He seemed to have some new wrinkles to his game and maybe has added some muscle. What did he show last night that maybe you guys didn't see last year?
Well, he overcame a slow start. Last year's opener, Barry, I think he had 12 points or something like that. I think he was 2 for 7 at the beginning of last night. Yeah, but he stuck with it. There was a picture we had in a special section of the Thunder, and it's Kevin Durant's wingspan, and you can just look at his shoulders and his arms and go, that's a different person. So and his attitude is great as usual. Everybody got into it last night for the Thunder.
The one thing I take from last night on Kevin Durant is this. He seemed to really be more in tune with passing. Wanted to be a playmaker, wanted to pass the ball. Sometimes talked, in fact, he talked after the game, that sometimes was a point forward. They'd spread out and put him at the top of the key, controlling the offense. But the 2 plays that most stuck out in my mind were the 2 possessions in which no one passed the ball. One time Kevin Durant got a rebound, one time he got a steal. Both not a run out, just got the ball, started dribbling, and decided, I'm going to take it to the house. And when he goes to the house, he's hard to stop. So I'd like to see more of that from Kevin Durant as well.
Speaking of the house and new and improved, the Ford Center, new and improved, made its debut a regular season venue since the off-season improvements. What feature most stood out to you that's new and improved, John?
The scoreboard, because the Thunder won. As long as the scoreboard always has the Thunder in front, I guess that's that. Well, I just noticed there are a lot more walls, Barry, a lot more lounges and pubs, and people are hiding out. People were slow to return after halftime, Jenny. I think they found out where the watering holes were, and they wanted to share all the good news with their fellow fans. Total package, and selfishly, the things they're doing with the media, the stats, and all the inner workings, the wiring of the stadium, or of the arena is great for communication.
When the Ford Center opened 8-9 years ago, I was glad we had a nice new building, and I thought it was great. But when you walked around it, it didn't really wow you the way the ballpark did, the way the renovated Civic Center did, the way the River Walk. All those things were first class. The Ford Center, Last night, the Ford Center joined the wow factor. And I tell you the 2 things I like best was just the tile on the floor and the granite on the countertops.
Well, that's important.
I mean,
He's a kitchen and bath man.
We
isn't he?
used to have until last night we had a cement arena.
Yeah.
Walking around on a lot of concrete and go in the bathroom, a lot of concrete. All that went away. Really a first-class building now.
I was up in Loud City, the 3rd level last night, and it feels lighter. I mean, you can't really describe it, but
The lighting is you can see something up there now?
well, it just seems like when you're walking around, it's not sort of dingy and
Right.
dark. And
Well, they said they
They
made
said
lighting
that. That's right.
improvements.
yeah,
Take them at their word.
I'll take them at their word. Okay, lastly, guys, before we end this segment of the press row, anybody want to change your win total prediction? Barry?
No, I was pretty proud. I was on the high end. I think I went 38, so I'm still sort of, I'm a little bit worried that we may not get there in terms of 38. But no, I'll stick with 38.
I think I had 34. I'll stick it. Unless there's a schedule change and they get the Kings 15, 20 more times.
That would help.
I got 37. I'm sticking 2. Stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.